Bro, every school has that one legend you don't mess with. But have you ever seen a school that literally creates a job position for the bully in charge and sends a specialist to fill it? Meet our guy, Kwon Daegun. His mission? Simple and brutal. Take down every self-proclaimed top player in this school, one by one. Today, in the gym, his performance review begins. After a clean KO, you'd think it's over, right? Nah, that was just step one of data collection. A couple of guys in matching researcher tracksuits start the postmortem, analyzing the experiment. Since you strangled him till he fainted, I think he fought better. This dialogue is wild. They're not looking for a winner. They're searching for some kind of breaking point. Until one of them coldly drops. Meaningless. Meaningless. That just about fried his partner's circuits. What are you talking about? We're studying top students with specialties, not your average Joe. But the muscular guy just says their analysis so far is limited, stuck on the physical story of a normal person. The air freezes. Bro, after all these years of research, you're telling me it was all for nothing? The debate is cut short by a sharp everyone stop. A guy in a suit, looks like the project manager around here, orders everyone to assemble. The so-called top 10 students, plus that unlucky punching bag bait Iku, all fall in line. The muscular guy crosses his arms, stone-faced, and announces, I'd like to ask you to do some special research. Alright, here we go. Something big is about to drop. And step one of this special research. Psychological torture. The muscular dude grabs Bei Iku, his eyes practically stabbing him. What did you feel when I made you faint? Pain? The limit? Or something transcendent? Bei Iku is sweating bullets, completely speechless. The guy scoffs, no, you wouldn't have felt anything. But it's okay because I have a special role for you. Talk about a next-level public humiliation. Next thing you know, we're at a construction site at dusk, and the vibe is heavy enough to suffocate you. The researchers are whispering about their boss's plan, while the boss man just gives them a cold stare and tells them to get on with it. Then, he turns to the shivering Bei Iku and murmurs, your role is important. I don't know, man, this role is starting to sound a lot like Human Target. And what do you know, this important role is being the start of beatdown. Just as they're about to start, an SOS message is quietly sent to our protagonist, Kwon Daegun's contact. Bei Iku is thinking, wait, this wasn't the script. But the goons are like, don't blame us, we're just following orders. And before the sentence is even finished, a heavy punch lands. Bro, it's a trap. Meanwhile, Kwon Daegun is chilling at this bizarre spot. A church on the ground floor, a PC bang upstairs. His conversation with his companion is dripping with school politics drama. Just then, his phone buzzes. He glances at the message and tells his buddy, sorry, but I have to go. His friend tries to throw some shade, but Daegun just gives a small smile. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Not gonna lie, that smile had some serious shark-smelling blood energy. The call is from Lee Sung-hoon, and Daegun's companion instantly loses it. Why the hell is that jerk calling him? I'm right in the middle of taking back the chairmanship. Clearly, this call is tied to a much bigger power play. Daegun ignores his friend's meltdown and calmly answers, yes, what is it? On the other end, an urgent report is coming through. The kid from Class 7 are beating one person. The report came with visuals, and the scene was brutal. Daegun calmly asks, where? Then hangs up with, I'll go there now. But his mind is racing. Koo Sung-hwa ordered this? I know he's all about research, but he's not the type to enjoy this low-key, simple-minded beatdown. There's definitely something fishy going on here. The moment Daegun is out the door, his companion starts worrying. Despite all the trash talk, he knows Lee Sung-hoon is shady. Contacting Daegun out of the blue can't be good. He considers calling Sung-hoon directly, but hesitates, sensing he's about to step into something way over his head. That look of pure conflict? A solid 10 to 10. Meanwhile, in a control room, Daegun's support team gets the intel. One dude is literally slurping noodles when he hears Lee Sung-hoon contacted Daegun directly about a beatdown at the construction site. He drops everything. What? This is obviously suspicious. Stop eating, get up, let's go. That reaction time, that execution, this is a pro squad. The support team mobilizes, but they're not just rushing in blind. The leader, a calm guy with glasses, strategizes. The address he sent is that construction site. Rushing there right away is a bad move. We still have time before Daegun arrives, so let's take a look around first. Tactics, my friends. That's the mark of a true professional crew. Glasses guy finds the perfect vantage point overlooking the site. He watches the mob below, a cold smirk playing on his lips. This Koo Sung-hwa kid, he's more interesting than I thought. He thought he was the predator watching the prey, but plot twist, the real fight had already started. The scene snaps to Daegun, already taking someone down with a punch, so fast it's a blur. Down below, the lackeys are just going through the motions, complaining as they punch. How long do I have to do this? Dunno, just keep punching. They're anxiously waiting for Koo Sungwa to show up, completely unaware that a higher-level predator is watching their every move through binoculars. It's like watching a nature documentary, honestly. The real masterminds are actually on a nearby rooftop. Koo Sungwa and his associate are watching everything with their own binoculars. Turns out, they arranged the whole SOS call just to lure Kwon Daegun. It's about time for them to, huh? Just then, they spot a familiar figure. That's Kwon Daegun, right? He's coming alone. The fish has taken the bait. And our fish, Daegun, is casually on the phone. The person on the other end is frantic. You're there. Something came up. I'm gonna be late. Don't go up there alone. It's dangerous. Daegun just brushes it off. It's okay, you don't have to come. After hanging up, he's even in the mood to enjoy the view. Whoa, the rooftop is so cool. This guy is either supremely skilled or just doesn't have a single care in the world. Daegun knows what's up. The phone call was fake, the setup painfully obvious. Meanwhile, in the shadows of another building, two more observers are in play. They're not just watching Daegun. It seems they're watching Koo Sungwa too. The mantis stalks the cicada, unaware of the oriole behind. And now, there's another dude with a slingshot. Amidst this complex chain of surveillance, a knife quietly finds its mark in the darkness. Like a ghost, Kwon Daegun slips into the enemy's den. The sound of his steps on the metal platform echoes in the silent construction site. You chose a good place, he says. His voice, though not loud, freezes the blue-clad goons in their tracks. They whip around. One try to play it cool. I like places like this too. But that on Daegun's face seems to scream. Oops, did they catch me trying to be cool? Since his cover's blown, Daegun decides to just own it. Loosening his tie, he drops the coldest line in the calmest voice. Because no one will know, even if I beat you until you die. The crew is stunned. You? How'd you get here? Where's Koo Sungwa? Daegun just steps over a guy who's already down and asks. Where's Koo Sungwa? No, you don't have to answer. He'll beat the answer out of them himself. Daegun's logic is simple. Beat up all the minions, and the final boss will appear. Right? However, the two observers reveal a deeper plot. This old beatdown wasn't about Bae Iku. It was bait for Kwon Daegun, a test to study him. They talk about chosen ones, those who can endlessly forge their will and break their limits. This isn't just a school brawl anymore. It's a brutal experiment to find the chosen one. Sacrifice them to get information about his skill. They say it so casually it's chilling. So these so-called strongest students in Class 7 were just sacrificial pawns from the start. And the guy saying this? His real goal is to expect me to be stronger. Bro, using other people's lives as stepping stones for your own growth. The grind is real, and it's ruthless. A character named Sim Sangbo is disgusted by this sacrifice plan. You're so evil. But the guy in red, the architect of this whole scheme, just smiles. You're on time. His composure is unnerving, like he's got everything under control. Sangbo's expression darkens, though, because he knows the opponent Daegun is about to face is no joke. Just as expected, Kwon Daegun refuses their offer to gang up on him. He wants them one by one. And the first sacrifice they send out is a tough one. The man in red introduces him. He is a boxer like you. The burly guy cracks his knuckles, a menacing look in his eyes. A hardcore boxer versus boxer showdown is about to begin. No valid image data here, skipping narration. What do you need to be good at fighting? Our tactical master, Kwon Daegun, is now in session. Factor number 1, physical. This is your computer hardware, athleticism, stamina, raw power. You can't skip it. Let's be real. If your hardware sucks, you can't even dance, let alone fight. Factor number 2, skills. This is your software, your OS. Whether it's landing devastating blows or using joint locks to make your opponent tap out or pass out, the goal is the same. Render them unable to fight. Hardware without software? You're just a high-performance brick. But is having top-tier hardware and software enough? That's cute. Daegun points out the most crucial element, information. The real fight begins long before you step into the ring. Analyzing your opponent's skills, weaknesses, habits. Know your enemy, and you'll land the killing blow. That's not a fight. That's a tactical takedown. Hearing all this, the guy in the red suit gets impatient. You've never even been in a real match. What the hell do you know? What's your point? Our professor simply raises his binoculars calmly. Do you think reconnaissance is cowardly? No, this is part of a larger war. The gap in their understanding is just vast. The red suit guy is officially triggered. Keep talking nonsense, and I'll kill you first. The professor finally reveals his endgame. The reason you lost to Kwon Daegun was simply a lack of information. Flashback to Daegun eating with his informant in the cafeteria. That's right. While you were busy chowing down, he was analyzing you down to your last weakness. Kwon Daegun had a destruction method prepared just for you. He even warned his allies mid-fight. By looking at his pose, stay as far away as you can. The poor guy in red thought he was in control, yelling, "You don't need to know my style," completely oblivious that he was just a piece on someone else's board. This, right here, is a victory born from an information gap. Let's roll the tape. The opponent comes out swinging, a flurry of aggressive attacks. But there's no panic in Daegun's eyes, only cold analysis. An aggressive outboxer, this style reminds me of someone. To him, his opponent's movements are just lines of code waiting to be cracked. Facing a storm of punches, Daegun waits for the perfect moment. With lightning-fast footwork, he lands a precise counter straight to his opponent's face. The guy staggers back, blood trickling from his lip, his face twisted in pain. That punch wasn't just about power. It was the optimal solution calculated for solid intel. As expected, it's the same as when he was dealing with me. That casual comment? Minimal physical damage, maximum emotional damage. Daegun takes off his school jacket, as if to say the warm-up is over. The PE students across from him are getting hyped. I thought it would be that much fun. Oh, sweet summer children, you know nothing of true power. But it's not up to scratch. Daegun tosses his jacket aside, his aura flaring. I don't have time for this, so I'll just finish it quickly. Before he even finishes his sentence, he's a blur, launching a punch that seems to tear the very air apart. This isn't a fight anymore. It's a one-man cleanup operation. Seeing that one-on-one is a losing game, the other side immediately switches tactics. Just go together. This is no time for duels, just get him. But in the face of absolute power, numbers are meaningless. Kwon Daegun is a tiger among sheep. Everywhere he strikes, bodies fly. This scene is straight out of a school action movie textbook. The battle rages on. Daegun's movements are fluid, with no wasted motion. Every strike is precise and devastating. Kicks, punches, throws. His opponents are cleared out one by one like bowling pins. The only sounds left are scattered groans and the dull thud of impact. This is a completely one-sided beatdown. Daegun moves through the crowd like an elegant butcher. His relentless assault has an almost artistic rhythm to it. Even though he takes a few hits himself, it only seems to make the chill in his eyes even colder. Even when cornered by two attackers at once, he doesn't flinch. It's like his body has a mind of its own, always executing the perfect dodge and counter. Every attack from his opponents becomes an opportunity for him to turn their momentum against them. This is beyond skill. It's almost instinct. Soon enough, the only one left standing is Kwon Daegun. A guy in a suit is slumped on the floor, his eyes filled with a mixture of terror and awe. Another survivor, looking at the carnage, finally speaks up. As expected, you're amazing. You could also say monster, that works too. Oh, one left. Daegun's tone is as casual as someone saying it's time for lunch. He looks at the final opponent. Are you a bit different? Still, I was looking forward to it. In a far corner, a red-clad observer is having a full-blown existential crisis. What the? Is that bastard really that strong? Or are these guys just too weak? My brain just broke. The blue-clad observer next to him confirms the last opponent's identity through his binoculars. He's the top of the P class. The guy in red scoffs, "Accept me." But even he knows the rumors say this kid is strong. Now, he finally gets to see it for himself. This so-called top dog is a speed-type infighter. He closes the distance with lightning-fast steps, trying to overwhelm Daegun with speed. However, with a single, seemingly effortless strike, Daegun shatters his offense. Looking at the downed opponent and the stunned suit beside him, Daegun's eyes seem to say, "That's it? You're all just the same." While Daegun is busy mopping the floor with everyone, his support team is in the middle of their own fast and furious sequel. They're sprinting because they have zero trust in the informant, Lee Sung-hoon. The red-haired guy spells it out. That dude has always wanted to be the leader. This time he only called Daegun, not us. Think about it. Not gonna lie, his analysis is spot on. The support team arrives near the site, trying to figure out their next move, when the blonde guy's eyes go wide. No, wait a second. The person in that window, isn't that Koo Sung-hwa? The red-haired guy makes a snap decision. Okay, let's go up. Finally, the two plot lines are about to collide. The hype is real. At the same time, that observer in red is getting ready to make his move. He tells his companion, "I already know the method to destroy him. You guys just watch." He's this confident because he now has information. He's analyzed that his opponent's style is unstructured, talented, but all self-taught. And in his eyes, a wild style is no match for systematic training. The guy in red, Shim Sangbo, runs right into Daegun's support team. Old enemies meet, and the tension is thick. "What are these idiots doing here?" he sneers. The red-haired guy's eyes narrow. "Shim Sangbo? What are you doing here? They're squared up, and a fight is about to break out any second. The scene cuts back again. A man with an eye patch is brutally interrogating a down grunt. Where's Koo Sung-hwa? The grunt says he doesn't know and gets beaten for it. I ask you a question. The man leans in, his voice ice cold. If you don't know the answer, find it. This ruthless man is none other than our protagonist, Kwon Daegun. Manga title page. Narration continues for plot coherence. So, here's the master plan in a nutshell. Koo Sung-hwa sets a trap to lure out Kwon Daegun and collect his combat data. Plot twist. Daegun's own intel network is one step ahead. He not only sees through the scheme, but also crashes the party from behind the scenes, starting his own reverse data collection. Meanwhile, Daegun's support team has a run-in with Shim Sangbo's crew. Sangbo, a guy who's been beaten by them before, is now talking big about taking down Kwon Daegun. That's a bold move, gotta give him that. He taunts them. Are you guys addicted to being his errand boys or something? Red hair guy fires right back, bringing up Sangbo's glorious moment of begging for mercy on his knees. Sangbo, completely embarrassed and enraged, argues it was because they used a cowardly move. The trash talk escalates, and the air gets thicker with tension. A nasty fight is definitely brewing. I'm different. Out of school, Sangbo threatens, implying he uses weapons. Red hair guy just scoffs. I heard that you wield a weapon like an idiot. Right at this peak, tense moment, the blonde kid suddenly asks, hey, where's your bag? You don't have a weapon. Plot twist. The vibe just got super awkward. Even without his weapon, Sangbo decides to go for it. He pulls out a pen, claims this one is enough, and demands a one-on-one. His two lackeys wisely make themselves scarce. On the other side, a mysterious man in a suit, likely one of Daegun's associates, watches calmly, completely unfazed by Sangbo's challenge. The fight begins. Sangbo's opponent is a seriously jacked dude. He says something like, I don't have the confidence to lose, and his movements are lightning fast. Even the red-haired guy, holding his divine weapon pen, can't help but be impressed. He's fast. The showdown in the rainy night has officially begun. Raindrops mix with the wind from their fists as the two exchange brutal blows. The red-haired guy's, Kwon Daegun's, punches leave red trails, unbelievably fast. But his opponent is no slouch, landing a heavy hit that sends Daegun reeling back. This is a battle of equals, every punch packed with power. What are you doing, you bastard? His opponent roars. But Kwon Daegun just smirks back. Is it a kid's toy? Clearly, he finds the whole pen as a weapon thing ridiculous. But his opponent's rage meter is maxed out. You haven't changed a bit. Old grudges and new hatred explode in this moment. As the two brawl, an observer with glasses is coolly analyzing the fight. Shim Sangbo's attack is straight, but no Manhwa's, the red-haired guy, attack trajectory with the pen is curved. He sees the core of this battle, a clash of two different attack philosophies. It's wild style versus wild style, and the winner will be whoever's crazier. Because they have a similar reach, Shim Sangbo's fists always land first, keeping no Manhwa's pen just out of range. Manhwa is forced back, yelling, it's no use stabbing me. But before he can finish, Sangbo drives a vicious knee into his gut. Looks like the pen is, in fact, not mightier than the fist. Manhwa cries out in pain, realizing his own hands are now hurting badly. He looks at them, stunned, with no idea what's happening. That's when Shim Sangbo reveals his secret. He's wearing multiple watches on his wrist, like makeshift brass knuckles. Should I say it's an attack while guarding? Bro, that's a hardware cheat, and it's absolutely lethal. Now that he knows about the cheat, Manhwa is in an even tougher spot. Sangbo's attacks become more ferocious, each punch landing like a sledgehammer. Though Manhwa is still defiant in his head, he's being completely overwhelmed. Sangbo is seeing red, taunting his opponent. You're still nothing. You're too easy. He thinks victory is his, but he fails to notice the subtle shift in Manhwa's eyes. Cutscene. Two of Daegun's other friends have also run into trouble. They're blocked by two guys in blue tracksuits who clearly know why they're here. The blonde kid tries to talk his way out of it and gets promptly beaten up for his troubles. His friend is probably thinking, my bad, I should have kept my mouth shut. The blonde kid reaches for his phone to warn Daegun, but he's taken down in a flash by one of the blue-clad guys. The man moves like a phantom, giving them zero chance to react. It seems Koo Sung-hwa's crew is also stacked with some serious talent. With overwhelming power, the blue tracksuit guy easily dispatches Daegun's two friends. It's a one-sided beatdown, no contest. Koo Sung-hwa's organization is far larger and more powerful than they imagined. The blue-clad man is identified as Chai Cho-man, a gymnastics specialist. He tells his defeated opponents, you don't need to call Kwon Daegun. We're done here for today. His calmness and strength are genuinely terrifying. Before they can even catch their breath, two more blue tracksuits appear. A bald guy says, Shim Sangbo's fight should be over soon, so let's finish this quickly. The other, a black-haired guy, confidently states that dealing with slow-paced bodies is his specialty. Damn, this is like an assembly line of beatdowns. Back to Manhwa and Sangbo's fight. Manhwa, who's been taking a beating, suddenly has a change in his eyes. He presses the pen to the corner of his mouth as if making a grim resolution. Sangbo is still yelling, I still want to beat you for a long time. He has no idea his opponent's phase 2 is about to activate. Manhwa suddenly explodes, trading blows for blows in a berserker-style counterattack. He completely ignores defense, every strike aimed at Sangbo's vital points. Caught off guard, Sangbo's earlier arrogance vanishes into thin air. Plot twist. Sangbo gets hit with a massive kick and is completely stunned. What is this? No one's kick is this strong. The look on his face shifts from arrogance to utter disbelief and horror. Manhwa reveals the answer. It's not the same kick as before. I stabbed you. His hard-soled boot has become a lethal weapon. If I just use my foot to kick you, it may not be a threat. But I stab with my foot while wearing hard boots. That's a dirty move, but damn, is it effective. So, it's my victory again, Manhwa declares, thinking the fight is over. But the moment he lets his guard down, something unexpected happens. Sangbo lets out a terrified scream, and Manhwa's leg seems to be caught by something. The classic, hunter becomes the hunted, trope never fails. In the end, although Manhwa won, it came at a great cost. He collapses to the ground, muttering in pain, I won, but I got too much damage. I can't move my body. It's a Pyrrhic victory, where both the winner and the loser are left broken on the pavement. Just then, a figure appears at the end of the alley. It's Kwon Daegun. He sees the fallen Manhwa and frowns. What happened? Manhwa looks up at him with a complicated expression. It seems the real story is just getting started. Bruised and bleeding, Manhwa catches his breath, ready to explain everything to Daegun. The tired but resolute look in his eyes suggests that the story he's about to tell is one of conspiracy, betrayal, and brutal combat. Elsewhere, Koo somewhat calmly summarizes the situation. No, Manhwa won. That's unexpected, but he doesn't seem to care about the outcome, adding, but still, I think I got some meaningful information. Just as he's about to wrap things up, it seems another fight isn't over yet. A persistent attacker is still relentlessly wailing on his downed opponent. This attacker is no Manhwa. This is likely a different character with the same name or a writer's mistake. He's getting tired from punching so much, but his opponent just won't go down. What's with this jerk? Why doesn't he get knocked down no matter how many times I hit him? He's even starting to suspect the guy is doing it on purpose, to frame him for torture or something. A good hit is literally a good hit to the opponent. Muttering this, he gathers his strength and unleashes a decisive blow. This time, his opponent finally collapses, writhing in agony. It seems all his previous attacks were just chipping away at his health bar. However, the attacker frowns. He senses something unusual about his opponent. I'm not weak, but his body is not a normal one. This realization makes him wonder if he's facing another monster like himself, or perhaps something even stronger. As he's contemplating this, the other opponent, the blonde one, wakes up and immediately checks his phone. The attacker looks at him coldly. Oh, you woke up. What an amazing body. Without another word, he launches a vicious high kick. To deal with a monster, you have to use monstrous methods. The attacker seems to have entered some kind of berserk state, unleashing a furious barrage on his downed opponent while cursing nonstop. His rage seems to stem from more than just his opponent's resilience. It's like he's venting some long-suppressed emotions. Right at that moment, Kwon Daegun, in glasses mode, makes his entrance. I didn't call you guys, but why are you here? He questions. The blonde kid answers emotionally. Because you were in danger, Daegun. Daegun just gives him a cold glance. If you're weak, it'll only disturb us. Ouch, that's outta hurt. Daegun's arrival instantly changes the atmosphere. Looking at the assembled group, he realizes this was all Koo Sungwa's trick to gather them in one place. Is this a kill two birds with one stone kind of situation? The man himself, Koo Sungwa, finally appears. He freely admits that he arranged everything, all to lure Daegun out and gather intel on his fighting style. That's a level of honest villainy you have to respect. After his little speech, Sungwa says he's got enough intel and is ready to leave. But Daegun isn't having it. Who says I'm going to let you go? I'm just going to end you today. Unexpectedly, this piques Sungwa's interest. Now, I really want to have a fight with you. The two alpha predators are finally about to clash. The story jumps to another location, a room that looks like a gang hideout. They're discussing protection money and mention someone named Baek Soo-hyuk. This Soo-hyuk is very likely another one of Kwon Daegun's aliases. It seems Daegun's got more than one fire to put out. This crew knows where Baek Soo-hyuk is but claims it's impossible to approach him. They just collected a large sum of money and are about to celebrate with some barbecue. But their leader with the glasses stops them. This is not the time to spend money carelessly. It looks like they're planning to use that cash for something big. They're also discussing Kwon Daegun, but they're clearly underestimating him. They also mention an errand boy, whom their boss called Azura, but they just see him as a pushover. This massive information gap is bound to cost them dearly. They're literally laughing. Even if he comes, do you think he'll win against us all? And just as they say it, the door slams shut and locks from the outside. One of them discovers in horror that the door's password has been changed. The new password? Samuel. Clearly, their uninvited guest has arrived. This crew is still casually discussing the Daegun versus Sunghwa fight, concluding that while Sunghwa is strong, he's not invincible. They are completely oblivious to the danger that's literally at their doorstep. With this much foreshadowing, all I can say is good luck to them. Meanwhile, the duel between Kwon Daegun and Koo Sunghwa officially begins. Sunghwa reveals his trump card, wrestling-style grappling techniques. It's a classic power-based style, which seems like a considerable challenge for Daegun, who specializes in strikes. The tension instantly spikes. Sunghwa tries to provoke him with words, saying a wider space favors him. Unexpectedly, Daegun just takes off one of his slippers and flings it at him. Sunghwa catches it, completely baffled. "What are you doing?" Daegun, now with one bare foot, just scoffs. "You're talking too much." This reverse provocation? A perfect 10. Provoked by Daegun's bizarre move, Sunghwa actually starts slapping himself with the slipper to get pumped up. Daegun just watches him coldly. "Hurry up and fight me." Sunghwa is finally and completely enraged, getting into his fighting stance. The battle is about to erupt. Daegun coolly analyzes his opponent's stance. More like judo or wrestling. Is he the type to win only with grappling? While he says aloud, "Your provocation seems to have worked," his mind is already calculating countermeasures. Enraged, Sunghwa lets out a roar and lunges forward. Sunghwa's attack seems aimed at the left, but Daegun instantly sees through the feint. The real one is the tackle. With explosive speed, Sunghwa launches his true attack, attempting to bring Daegun to the ground. However, against Daegun's prediction, it's all in vain. He effortlessly sidesteps, and Sunghwa's tackle hits nothing but air, sending him stumbling forward from his own momentum. Round 1 of this exchange is a clear victory for Daegun. Daegun has already deconstructed his opponent's tactic in his head, pretending to do a tackle, guarded the bottom, and then aimed for his face with an overhand hook. This mix of feints and real attacks would be tough for a normal person to defend against. But for Daegun, it's just a simple math problem. His first plan failed, so Sunghwa switches tactics again, now using kicks for long-range attacks. This surprises Daegun a bit. He said he's going to use grappling, but he's only striking now. It seems Sunghwa's strategy is more flexible and unpredictable than he initially thought. From the sidelines, one of the support crew members reveals the answer. "Did you think the grappler is weak in striking?" Sunghwa is using his height and weight advantage, making every kick powerful and heavy. At a level of force an ordinary person simply can't handle. Turns out, Sunghwa is an all-rounder who has mastered both striking and grappling. Basically, MMA. A fight is never just about showing off physical strength. It's a test of comprehensive ability. Kwon Daegun is facing a true hexagonal warrior. Facing such a formidable opponent, even Daegun finds himself in a tough fight. Sunghwa's attacks are like a hurricane, each blow powerful enough to shatter stone. As strong as Daegun is, he can feel the pressure from this relentless assault. While Kwon Daegun is in the heat of battle, a girl named Susie gets a text from him. "I can't go in for a while." She's just gotten out of the shower, drying her hair, and her expression upon seeing the message is complicated. It seems our tough guy protagonist has another side to him that no one knows. Alone at home, Susie feels a bit lonely. She thinks about inviting a friend over, but a name unconsciously pops in her head. Kwon. Kwon. It seems this man, Kwon Daegun, occupies a significant space in her heart. What is Kwon Daegun doing right now? A young woman's thoughts are always filled with such questions. Little does she know, the man on her mind is currently locked in a life-or-death battle, a primal struggle against another monster. Back to the battlefield. After an intense exchange, both fighters are panting. For the first time, a grave expression appears on Sunghwa's face. He realizes he's facing a monster on his own level. As expected, it's a strong punch. Sunghwa clutches his chest, enduring the pain. But he doesn't back down. Instead, his gaze sharpens. You're surely good at hitting, but this isn't what you really mean. It seems he's anticipating something more. Daegun, meanwhile, is internally sighing with relief. Phew, that scared me. He knows he can't win with striking alone. Just then, Sungwa finally plays his trump card. To tell you one thing, my specialty is ground. The fight is about to enter a whole new dimension. Sungwa begins his little monologue. He started training at 9, spent a decade honing his skills, and even intentionally flunked a year just to train overseas. His age and experience are assets he uses to dominate his peers. This backstory drop? It just maxed out the intimidation factor. Hearing this, the support team starts discussing Daegun's physique, saying he's already built like an adult. But Daegun couldn't care less about all this chatter. To him, these so-called advantages are meaningless in the face of absolute strength. You really want to get in close, don't you? Sungwoo presses forward, but Daegun suddenly stops and says coldly, "You want to get closer? Fine, I'll give you a handicap." This level of confidence, or perhaps arrogance, even gives Sungwoo pause. Daegun accepts the challenge. "I appreciate your confidence. Then I won't refuse it." Seeing his chance, Sungwoo immediately prepares his signature move, the skill that can ground him right away. He unleashes his ultimate technique, the judo shoulder throw. However, the moment he commits to the throw, he realizes in horror that Daegun's reaction is faster. He interrupts the move mid-execution and, in a stunning reversal, throws Sungwoo instead. Sungwoo's ultimate technique becomes the very cause of his own downfall. That counter was just magnificent. "On the contrary, I'm the one that throws you to the floor." Daegun's voice is chillingly calm. He slams Sungwoo to the ground and immediately follows up, pressing him down. But for me, this is an opportunity. It doesn't matter who's on the floor. In his world, the ground is just as much his home turf. Without missing a beat, Daegun smoothly transitions into an armbar. Sungwoo realizes in terror that his prized ground game is like child's play in front of this guy. Every one of Daegun's movements is textbook perfect, precise, and lethally suffocating. Before Sungwoo can even react, Daegun's knee strikes follow. Alarm bells scream in Sungwoo's head. Knees? This is dangerous. He finally understands that he has completely underestimated his opponent. Kwon Daegun is no mere striker. Sungwoo struggles, trying to analyze Daegun's ground skills, but it's too late. And Daegun, having achieved absolute dominance, says, "I hate to fight on the floor." That sentence hits Sungwoo like an invisible slap across the face. Sungwoo believed he had a higher-level technique that could end the fight in one move. But he didn't realize that at Daegun, his punch was just a feint, with the real attack lying in wait. In that dance between illusion and reality, the match was already decided. It finally came out. A faint smile touches Daegun's lips. The move he just used? It's Sungwoo's own signature skill, the Imanari roll. Defeating an opponent with their own signature move is the ultimate form of humiliation and the most complete victory. The support team on the sidelines is just dumbfounded. Sungwoo flew away. They start chattering amongst themselves. One says it looks like breakdancing. Another wonders if it's just showmanship. Only the analyst with glasses understands what happened. That's a high-level skill in jiu-jitsu that only the upper class uses. Daegun didn't block it normally, but he blocked it anyway. Sungwoo finally gets it. Kwon Daegun wasn't just instinctively dodging. He was simply too lazy to bother using proper techniques against him. He arrogantly declares, "This fight is no longer between skill versus skill." In his mind, Daegun isn't even worthy of a technical fight. "Of course, I'm the one with the strongest skill." Sungwoo attacks again, thinking he can still control the fight. But in Daegun's mind, he's already simulated all of his attack patterns. The tackle is a feint, the punch is the real threat. In the close-quarter struggle, they engage in a fierce exchange of offense and defense. Every one of Sungwoo's punches is heavy and powerful, but Daegun's blocks and counters are even more refined. He's like a precision instrument, always finding the smallest flaw in his opponent's attack. The blonde kid from the support team is completely lost. What's with that jerk Sungwoo? He seemed like he was going to fight with ground skill, but why is he using his punch again? The flow of the battle has gone completely beyond their comprehension. Only the analyst understands. In order to use the ground skill that he's confident of, he has to somehow pull Daegun down to the ground. But Daegun is not easy to catch. The more Sungwoo rushes, the more openings he reveals. Every one of Sungwoo's attempts becomes an opportunity for Daegun to counter. The more he tries to grab him, the bigger the damage he takes. In this cat-and-mouse game, he's clearly the mouse being toyed with. Finally, at the cost of taking some damage, Sungwoo manages to get a hold of Daegun. He thinks he's caught his lifeline, but he has no idea he's just walked right into Daegun's trap. Daegun wasn't just taking hits, he was intentionally feeding him moves. Even if you get it 100 times, the result will be the same. Daegun grabs Sungwa's arm and, with a clean shoulder throw, slams him back onto the ground. Power, skill, strategy, a complete and total domination. After being thrown, Sungwa immediately wraps his legs around Daegun, entering the guard position in jiu-jitsu. The support team gasps. No matter how strong Daegun is, if he doesn't know the skills, he'll be in danger. They think Sungwa has finally turned the tables. Welcome to the floor. No matter how strong a lion is, if he was dragged into the swamp by an alligator, it's over. Sungwa thinks he's the alligator, but he forgets Kwon Daegun might not be a lion at all. Looking down at him, Daegun says calmly, "Do you think you have an advantage because you're on top? To me, I think I have the upper hand. My skills are solid and strong." Kwon Daegun is in complete control. He's like a seasoned hunter, calmly watching the prey caught in his trap. There are hundreds of skills available in this position. Can you handle it? And right at this peak moment of tension, his phone rings. The caller ID, Beck Susie. Daegun answers the call. On the other end is Susie's slightly confused voice. He asks simply, "Beck Susie, what are you doing?" Then, he makes a decision that no one could have predicted. "Let's meet for a second. I'll go to your house." The smoke of battle hasn't even cleared, and a new storyline has already quietly begun. You think you have an advantage because you're on top? Kwon Daegun's voice is terrifyingly calm. Koo Sungwa, the ground game specialist, thought he'd drag a lion into his swamp. But he was wrong. Daegun isn't the lion, he is the swamp. To me, I think I have the upper hand. And in the next second, the tables turn. What are you talking about? Before Sungwa can even process it, Daegun makes his move. He doesn't care about taking a punch, or even two. For him, it's all part of the plan. It's okay if I get hit, because your punch won't threaten me if I break your balance. Daegun's mind is working like a supercomputer. Grab the collar, control the elbow. Every move is calculated and precise. This isn't a fight anymore. It's a cold, tactical execution. Our boy's mind is dead calm, ready to end this with a leg lock. But Sungwa is no pushover. He fights back, trying to regain control. But in that moment, a strange thought crosses Daegun's mind. Once I get a grip, Daegun's plan is cut short. A searing, tearing pain shoots through his arm. Wait a minute. It can't be like this. He thought he had everything under control, but he never expected his opponent to have a trick like this up his sleeve. "You dragged me here. So where do you think you're going, huh?" Sungwa roars, slamming Daegun onto the ground. The situation seems to be back in his control. He thinks he's got this in the bag. A fierce battle in the rainy night, every punch whistling through the air. However, the onlookers outside the ring are seeing something different. What the hell is going on? Doesn't he say he's confident in his skills? The red-haired kid asks, completely baffled. But the analyst with the glasses sees through it all. This isn't a battle between skills. Daegun possesses a physical strength that makes any skill meaningless. That's right. Every intricate technique Sungwa built up was like paper in front of Daegun. Just as he was about to execute a move, Daegun, with his beast-like instinct and raw power, would just cut it off mid-sequence. Sungwa's face became a fast-moving boxing ball, and Daegun's fists hit him accurately every single time. This wasn't muscle strength or physical conditioning. This was something closer to an animal's instinct, a combat sense. That's a bad analogy, the analyst says, pushing up his glasses. He's thought of something more fitting. It's like a guided missile. No matter how strong and solid the tower is, it will be destroyed with pinpoint accuracy. And those words hit Sungwa hard. Oh no, there's still a lot left. His pride, his skills, his entire belief system began to crumble. He remembered his past, a time when they called him a beast. When he was a kid, he was always getting picked on. But he never fought back, just quietly endured it. Because he knew, if he ever got serious, he'd become a real monster. That's right, I used to get knocked down on purpose. Until one day, those punks crossed the line. And in that moment, the beast was unleashed. Oh, you fucking punks. Stop right there. His sister, Koo Yanawa, was his only family, and everything he wanted to protect. Why do you keep getting beaten up for nothing? She'd ask, her heart aching. But he would just say, it's not your fault. It's the fault of the people who left us. Who taught you that? His sister was shocked to find that her 9-year-old brother had mastered the essence of combat all by himself. No one, just my thoughts. He was a natural-born fighting genius. He started going to the gym his sister used to go to. His natural powers of observation, his insight, and his insane physical gifts allowed him to absorb every fighting technique like a sponge. Under his sister's ruthless teaching, he trained relentlessly, his thirst for skills bordering on greed. He encountered countless techniques of all kinds and made every single one of them his own. Every time he knocked down an opponent, he'd absorb their skills and pile them up. Over time, these bricks of technique became a strong and solid castle tower. My strong and solid tower that can't be broken. He thought he was invincible, but he forgot. Even the strongest tower can't withstand a force of nature. No way. His castle, in the face of Kwon Daegun's absolute power, was being shattered, punch by punch. Stop. Stop it. Ku Sungwa. Come to your senses. Even his friend's voice couldn't pull him back from the brink of collapse. The skills he was so proud of were completely useless. Daegun looked down at him, not with the joy of victory, but with a strange sense of calm. Because you didn't build it well, he said, before adding a sentence that plunged Sungwa into total despair. I'll rebuild them for you. The fight is over. Ku Sungwa is broken, physically and mentally. The onlookers are silent, having just witnessed a battle that defied all logic. Sungwa, are you okay? I'm fine. Daegun stood up, the wounds on his body seemingly non-existent. More than that, I got meaningful information. His goal was never just to win. Middle of the road from second grade. Let's catch them tomorrow. In the dead of night, Daegun walks alone towards the chairman's office. A new hunt is about to begin. Hey, student over there, why aren't you going home yet? A voice calls from behind. Daegun scratches his head. I'm lost. Well, I guess even monsters can't figure out directions sometimes. Meanwhile, Beck, Suzy, and her friends are gossiping. There are so fucking many handsome students at Jumryong High School. Just then, a familiar figure appears. Wait, isn't that Jiziak? And Jiziak, right now, is being cornered by a guy with glasses. If you follow me, there will be no harm. The glasses guy seems to be plotting something, trying to drag both Daegun and Suzy into a scheme. And right at this awkward moment, Suzy's friends rush over. Jiziak's heart skips a beat. He feels like things are spiraling out of his control. But who are you going to meet? His friend's question freezes the air. On the other side, Suzy appears, completely unaware that she's about to be dragged into a storm. Suzy? I've heard that name somewhere. The queen bee. The atmosphere between the girls turns delicate. Jealousy and suspicion start to fill the air. Take your hands out of your pockets. The girl's tone is dripping with hostility. A battle between girls is about to break out. I didn't call you for this. Jiziak tries to control the situation, but the conflict between the girls has already escalated. He grabs Suzy's wrist. Let's go talk. If it's just chit-chat, you're gonna die. Jiziak's threat makes the other girl back off. Beck, Suzy? Fuck, so what? Should I call my oppas? But she's still dying to know what kind of relationship those two have. What about my oppa? Suzy asks. I don't know where he went, and he also said he's not coming for a while. Jiziak's reply is cold. The air between them feels heavy. Hey, I'm telling you this just in case. Don't touch Kwon Daegun, Suzy says suddenly, her tone uncharacteristically firm. Jiziak freezes. He never expected Suzy to be so protective of that guy. Do you like Kwon Daegun? Jiziak's question makes Suzy's hackles rise. What the hell are you saying? I don't like him. But her blushing face betrays her. Jiziak calmly drops a bombshell. Daegun is the leader of the first grade now. Suzy is left utterly speechless. Late at night, Daegun gets a call. The caller ID reads Kim Namji-I. Looks like the Foundation's next mission has arrived. On the other end of the line is the project supervisor. She's running on a treadmill at the gym, listening to the report. I see. So it's already like that. That's so fast. Can't you slow down the tempo a little? She seems surprised and a little exasperated by Daegun's progress. The next day, the news of Kwon Daegun becoming the first-grade leader spreads through the school like wildfire. Did you hear? He devoured the leader on his first day of transfer. It's too cliché, but he's even so fucking handsome. But the man of the hour, Kwon Daegun, walks into the classroom as if nothing happened. Someone had written, the leader of first grade Jumryong High School, Kwon Daegun, on the blackboard, ready to welcome the new king. But all he gets are looks of envy, jealousy, and hate. His former enemies are now his underlings. Though they congratulate him, they're all thinking the same thing. What kind of monster is this guy? Leader, congratulations. The guys he beat down are now bowing to him. The transfer of power is just that simple and brutal. Of course, there are always those who won't submit. Don't be so proud of yourself after becoming the first grade leader. Get out of my way, pig. A girl blocks his path, her tone arrogant. Hey, are you ignoring my words? The girl reaches out to push him, but Daegun grabs her wrist in a flash. With a rip, the buttons on her shirt fly off. Oh my, I didn't take it off on purpose. The girl's face turns beet red. You probably know I'm the queen. You should come and greet me first after you became the leader. So she's the queen of the first years. Greet you? Daegun looks confused. He has zero interest in these schoolyard politics. Isn't it common sense to greet me, the queen of the first grade class? The queen is furious. The peanut gallery starts whispering, if Daegun is the king and Susie is the queen, what kind of relationship do they have? Only to get kicked across the room by said queen. GGI, give me your number. The queen suddenly changes her tune, her cheeks slightly flushed. Do not be mistaken. I'm asking because I'm going to boss you around. Hurry up and give me. Daegun just looks at his phone calmly. You're fast. Okay, shall we move now? As Beck's Susie said, you should greet the seniors, the glasses guy reminds him. Daegun adjusts his collar. As I said before, we have limited time. Daegun walks onto the second floor hallway. The second-year seniors immediately start pointing and whispering. Is that him? The first grade leader? His physical body is good, but he's really arrogant to put his hands in his pocket while walking in the second grade hallway. Before they can finish their sentence, one of the second-year thugs is already in his grasp, throat clenched. The others are laughing, completely unaware of what they're up against. Hey, who are you? The thug doesn't even get to finish his question before a single punch sends him flying into a wall. Blood splatters. You're second grade O.J. Gill from middle of the road, right? Everyone is stunned. With smoke practically coming off his fist, Daegun says calmly, I came to say hi. What a unique way to greet someone. I came to say hi. He repeats. This dude's way of saying hello is one punch, one kill. Two second graders are down in an instant. It was so fast, you couldn't even see the movement. Fuck, who says hi like that? The remaining bruiser roars and charges. The result is another single punch. So the members are all bald. It makes it easy for me to recognize them. Daegun says, stepping on the down guy. His tone is casual, as if he were taking a stroll in the park. Hey, you're Kwon Daegun, right? Middle of the road. Number 3. O.J. Gill. The real target appears. Collect money, commit extortion, habitually assault people. Daegun reads from his phone, his voice ice cold. Why are there so many things here? I told you not to collect money, didn't I? Shut up. Do you think we will listen to it? O.J. Gill's fist comes flying. But in Daegun's eyes, the movement is as slow as a slideshow. O.J. Gill is weak to him. The onlooking students are trembling in fear. A new tough guy appears, a massive string of Buddhist beads around his neck. You should have told me in advance if you were coming, so I could sharpen my knife. The bead-wearing man pulls out a box cutter, a sick smile plastered on his face. Daegun casually grabs a chair. Do you think it'll make any difference if you sharpened it? He scoffs. Just cut some color paper with that. Before his words even fade, he's already moved. Another single punch. The bead-wearing man, another officer of middle of the road, goes down. The new first-grade leader just wiped out the entire second-grade elite squad by himself. The glasses analyst watches from afar, his heart pounding. Being a sunbae doesn't mean you're strong unconditionally. But Jumryong's system states that mutiny is impossible. And yet, right now, the rules are being rewritten. Even monsters like Baek Suhyuk adapted to it. But what if it's really possible? What if it's possible not with my own hands, but by borrowing Kwon Daegun's instead? A crazy plan begins to form in his mind. If we're going to break the order, we'd better make it showy. The second graders are still shouting. This is the second grade area. They thought they were the predators, but they had no idea that in Kwon Daegun's eyes, they were just prey. What followed was a one-sided slaughter. Daegun swept through the entire second grade floor like a hurricane. Who are you? What the hell is this crazy guy? Corner him. Kill him. Their screams became the background music for this storm. This was Class 2. So next is Kim Samuel from Class 3. Daegun is like a ruthless task executioner, checking names off his list one by one. Who's Kim Samuel again? He met more resistance, but the result was always the same. Whether they came at him with a broom or their bare fists, it was all meaningless. Where is Kim Samuel? He asks. I don't can. Before the guy can finish, another fist connects. Who the fuck is Kim Samuel? You son of a bitch, another long-haired dude charges. Not you, Daegun says without even a glance, easily dispatching him. So annoying. It'd be great if he could come find me himself. One of the bald guys he knocked down is secretly texting his buddies. Hey, bald. Daegun's voice echoes from behind him like a demon. You're one of the middle of the roads members, right? So why are you sending a message to Gongmyeon? He smiles. All right, there's a way like this. I should have done this earlier. Daegun presses down on the bald guy's head and commands, tell them all to come out here. A call is made to the glasses guy. The glasses guy and his friends are still wondering where Daegun went. Where's Daegun? As section leader, I'm going to scold him really hard. Just then, his phone rings, and he receives news that he can't believe. The first graders moved individually, so it was enough to find and deal with them one by one. But the second graders are already ranked, and they're a crew that moves like one body, the glasses guy analyzes. They are an organization that shares a common goal. No matter how strong Kwon Daegun is, dealing with all the second graders isn't easy peasy. Just as the glasses guy is thinking this, he witnesses an unbelievable scene. Daegun has gathered all the core members of the second year into one room. Is everyone here? The glasses guy screams, "Hey, you bastard! Are you crazy?" Daegun just says calmly, "Come on in." "It's so strange that you don't follow the cliché," the glasses guy remarks. "Is it here? The place I'm going to be the leader." Daegun pushes open the door and says to everyone inside, "Let's have a fight." His declaration is simple. Who's next? Fighting, to prove and show off one's power. I'm the strongest. It's a male instinct to become the leader, like the rich mane of a lion or the chest pounding of a gorilla. But it's kind of strange, the glasses guy says to Daegun. You seem to be trying to hide your strength. Rather than showing off, it's like you seem to match your opponent's level to play with him. So I guess your purpose to be a leader isn't to prove or show off your strength, but something else. The analyst's guess seems to have struck a nerve. Just say something important, Daegun says, his voice growing impatient. Don't worry, I don't know what your purpose is, and I won't even try to know. Because trying to crush and control the bullies is how you and I connect to each other. The glasses guy smiles and takes out his phone. It feels like I'm writing a death note. Hee hee. The phone displays the list of targets for tomorrow. Oj Gil, Du Sangosu. The very names of the guys he just one-shot. The glasses guy declares, tomorrow, Kwon Daegun will take over the second grade middle of the road. You are the bully in charge. And the real leader of middle of the road, a man with glasses, is currently beating his own subordinate with his twisted logic. Helping a student possessed by Satan is also a form of mercy. So with a heart of mercy, I need to teach that crazy man a lesson. Daegun's cleanup operation has begun. Let him taste a gentle and easy death. He effortlessly subdues one bully after another. You fucker, don't block the way and fuck off. His appearance completely disrupts the bully's rhythm. They don't even understand the situation before they're knocked down one by one. You stupid people. Why are you making a line, huh? If he's blocking the way, climb the desk instead. The glasses leader barks orders from the back, furious, but it's all too late. Daegun's speed and power are completely beyond their imagination. They're like lambs to the slaughter, utterly powerless to fight back. But what they're facing is a true monster. The encirclement is torn apart in an instant, windows shatter, and screams echo through the hallway. No, stop. Fear is spreading. Someone tries to use a desk as a shield, but the thin piece of wood is no different from paper in front of Daegun. In the face of absolute power, numbers and tactics lose all meaning. Every strike from Daegun is precise and lethal. He moves like an efficient fighting machine, calmly clearing away the obstacles in front of him. Knees, elbows, fists, every attack is perfectly placed. The glasses analyst watches, dumbfounded. He's so strong. No, can I just express him as strong? He realizes Daegun is constantly using the terrain and objects to turn a group fight into a series of one-on-one situations. His combat IQ is terrifying. He's only in his first year, no? Regardless of his age, how can he do all this? This level of control, this calmness, it's not something a high schooler should possess. A first grader wiped out the entire second grade. The news sends shockwaves through the school. But all Daegun is thinking is, no matter what method I use, as long as it's a way out of the middle of the road. Daegun's friends hear the news and rush to help. Let's hurry up and go help. How can a leader fight without his men? Beck Susie can't sit still either. She grabs a chubby kid by the collar. Lead the way. Let's help Kwon Daegun. The queen is finally making her move. But on the scene, an even trickier opponent has appeared. A man with a box cutter and a crazed look in his eyes. He seems to be seeing some kind of phantom, and he's terrified. Who are you? The thing above you, just now. He asks Daegun in terror. Daegun looks down at him, his eyes like ice. I don't know what you're talking about, but the fact that you took off your glasses, you want me to hit you, right? Daegun's logic is simple and brutal. The next second, his fist is already flying. It's over. By the time his friends arrive, the battle is already finished. Daegun defeated all the second graders alone. All they see are enemies littering the floor and an unscathed Kwon Daegun. All that's left is the leader, Won Jahak. Daegun mutters, looking at his phone. I should have asked him where he is, but he's not in a condition to answer. Daegun clenches his fist, a faint glow emanating from it. I hope he comes soon. The final battle is coming. What is this? His friends stare at the devastated classroom, too shocked to speak. Don't tell me Daegun, by himself? Yes, by himself. He wiped out the entire second grade. Why is Beck Susie here? Daegun wonders, just as Susie herself rushes over. Where is Kwon Daegun? She looks frantic. However, an even more unexpected person appears. Teacher, a middle-aged man stands there, his face ashen. Kwon Daegun, what did you do? Are you a gangster? You even broke the window and the door. The teacher furiously accuses him. But Daegun just replies coldly, don't make me do more work, do you understand? Meanwhile, the glasses analyst mutters outside. It's only been a day since he defeated the first graders. Why is he suddenly in a rush to defeat the second graders? You brat, you need to have money if you want to beat people. But you don't even have it, you bastard. The teacher's words are filled with contempt for the lower class. But just then, a much more important figure arrives. Chairman, you're here. The teacher's face changes in an instant. Student Daegun, it's been a long time. Have you been well? The chairman greets Daegun warmly, as if they were old friends. The teacher is scared out of his wits. Outside the chairman's office, the teacher is forced to kneel. The chairman swings a golf club elegantly and says, you should teach the students with love. Don't you think it's better to ignore him than treat him like a dog because he has no money? The game of power is on full display. Just who is that Kwon Daegun boy? He's an orphan. How come he's close with the chairman? The teacher can't figure it out, and Daegun, watching all this, is filled with confusion. Is this right? Let's talk. The chairman's words interrupt Daegun's thoughts. This project, this school, what secrets are they hiding? Elsewhere, the true leader of the second years, Won Jahak, learns that his crew has been wiped out. First grade Kwon Daegun did this. Samuel, are you safe? I'm back right after witnessing Baek Suyok's death penalty. Won Jahak's tone is terrifyingly calm. Then, did he plan this because he knew of your absence? His companion speculates. Bully in charge of bully. Isn't it childish? K-ha! Won Jahak bursts out laughing. This man seems to have nothing but contempt for the project. But it seems like it'll be fun. A glimmer of excitement flashes in Won Jahak's eyes. A man is a living thing that needs to achieve something. To steal and to drag someone down. To rise up is to prove your worth. He is a man of pure ambition. The bullies just kill them all. The chairman gives Daegun his final order. And Won Jahak, too, begins to make his move. Daegun's friends become Won Jahak's first targets. He appears behind the lockers like a phantom, his powerful aura paralyzing the blonde kid with fear. There's smoke from your body. Before the blonde kid can finish, he's knocked down with a single blow. Won Jahak's power is also beyond comprehension. Sow good, reap good. Sow evil, reap evil. Won Jahak says, stepping on the down boy's head, his tone like a final judgment. The consequences of your actions. My actions are the karma resulting from Kwon Daegun's actions. Facing his friend's weapons, Won Jahak is fearless. You poor humans, may you attain Buddhahood. His words are filled with a strange, twisted philosophy. He might fight by focusing more on strength than on speed, so the red-haired kid is analyzing when his companion is suddenly sent flying. Won Jahak's speed is beyond his comprehension. This coward, the red-haired kid swings his club in a rage, but Won Jahak just stands there, letting him attack. No damage. The red-haired kid is stunned. He remembers the legendary adamant body. Have you heard of the adamant body? Won Jahak sneers, an ominous aura emanating from him. No matter how he attacks, he can't even scratch Won Jahak. This man's body is as hard as steel. I acknowledge your sharp eyes. However, Won Jahak snaps the kid's club under his foot. The game is over. Another friend uses his rosary beads as a weapon, trying to fight back. I've memorized the Buddha prayer countless times. My rosary is harder than steel. However, in front of Won Jahak, it's all useless. The rosary shatters, and his friend is knocked to the ground. Kirk, the immense pain immobilizes him. Won Jahak's power makes them feel a despair they've never known before. Karma will be paid in full through the inevitable law of cause and effect. Therefore, people who are related to Kwon Daegun, I'll kill them all. Won Jahak's declaration is thick with the stench of death. He's not a human. You could never win. The surviving friend tries to make a final stand. His life may have been short, but there are still many weapons he hasn't used yet. Just then, a girl's voice cuts in. Why are you lying there? It's Park Jiri. She has no idea she's walking straight into a death trap. Jiri, run! Her friend screams with his last breath. But it's already too late. Darkness falls, and a new storm is about to engulf the high school. And Kwon Daegun has no idea that the people most important to him are facing an unprecedented crisis.